All right, check it out. I asked this guy recently who constantly talks about the need to make America great again. So which version of America is it that you want us to get back to? And he unapologetically, like without any delay at all, said, the one where we actually acted like a Christian nation. Now, this guy talks about faith a lot, and so I wasn't even remotely surprised by his answer. But I wasn't trying to be rude, and I certainly wasn't trying to be condescending. But as somebody who was genuinely curious, I just asked the follow-up question. So when exactly was that? Was it back when God's people were trying to justify slavery in this nation? Or maybe it was that period when we were silencing the voices and influence of women. No, maybe it was about the time when we were segregating people based on their skin color, like from the schoolhouse to the church house. And when I asked this guy this question, he was at a loss. And I would have been too. Because when someone says we need to get back to how it used to be, I always just want to ask, how far back are we talking? Because if your version of good old days goes back less than a few hundred years, you might totally be missing the plot. Let me explain. As much as I love this country, and I am super thankful to have been born here and have the privilege of living here, and I'm even like an early American history buff, my faith doesn't trace its roots back to the founding fathers. It just doesn't. It doesn't sit on a red, white, and blue foundation, and it certainly doesn't pledge its allegiance to any sort of American nostalgia. My story, my faith story, it goes back to dinner tables with rabbis and tax collectors, to a broken body and an empty tomb, to an upside down message where the first were considered last, where the poor and meek were the ones considered blessed, and where we were taught to tangibly love our neighbors, whether those neighbors were labeled our enemies or not. That's what I go back to. See, my spiritual ancestors aren't Jefferson or Hamilton or Washington. They're guys named Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and their descendants, including the one that I like learning about life from the most. And in case you need reminding, he rode a donkey, not a war horse. So no, I don't revere equally the 4th of July and Good Friday. I don't put living out the upside down kingdom in everyday life on pause for power or political gain. And I'm not focused on making any one nation great. Instead, I'm over here trying to remind the church who she's been called to be, to whisper kindly across the table that the gospel of Jesus is bigger than your borders, and wider than your traditions, and older than your flag. So no, I don't think we need to make America Christian again. I think what we need to do is make Christians in America Christ-like again. I don't know, food for thought.